Hello, my name's Lizzie. I'm Anglican. In about 4.5 months' time, I'll be joining a community of religious sisters as a postulant, and this makes quite a cool backdrop, doesn't it?
I will hold your people in my heart.
I seem to have spent the last few years sort of endlessly sorting out my books. I used to have a lot more than this. I got rid of about two-thirds of them, I reckon. And because I studied theology for 6 years, I had quite a few more academic books. And then I suppose over the last 10 years since I finished studying theology, I've become more um, less academic. I don't know if that's the right phrase. I've cared more about just sort of urban issues in action, and I've cared more about things like contemplative prayer. And so just very gradually over the years, I've given away a lot of my more academic books, and instead bought or acquired books more about things like um, the Eucharist, Carmelite spirituality, contemplative prayer, sayings of saints, that those kinds of things instead. But my question has been, and other people have been asking me, what do you do about your books when you move into a convent? And if you've seen my video about what is a postulant, you'll know that when you're at postulant stage, you're not 100% sure if you're going to be going on from there to stay with that convent for life, or that community for life. So you're advised not to get rid of everything at this stage. Like, you put it in storage or something, yeah, you put it in storage, or keep it with friends or family, or whatever you can do like that. So nobody will be asking me to get rid of all my books before I move in August. Um, but what happens to your books is that, I mean, they probably couldn't house all of them, but the idea is that just like you don't own anything that belongs to you personally when you live in a religious community, if you've got any books that you feel you'd really like to keep, you can merge them into the library collection that the convent has. Because I was, yeah, that reassures me, because there are just a handful of books that are really important to me spiritually, and I was wondering, would I be allowed just to take those few books with me? And I think the answer is that, yeah, that they could become, those books could become library books in the convent library. Chances are that quite a few of the books behind me are already in a convent library, because I happen to have that kind of book anyway. So it might be when I next go there, I'll have a look around their library and see what books they've got that I've already got, because if I know they're already there, then they could just sort of be housed in their own box somewhere in a loft in the meantime. Um, I was talking to the postulant who's there already at this particular community, and she was saying that she's taken about a shelf worth of books, and that shelf of books, it's like the other sisters in the convent, they know that they're this postulant's books, but if she goes on to become a novice, then those books will get moved into the main library. So I don't know if that's how it works in every community, but that's how it works at this convent, and I can imagine it being quite similar in other communities. So my aim is to try and sort of shortlist my books down to a small shelf's worth of ones that I particularly feel I can't live without, or particularly feel would be nice books to offer to the convent library if they don't have them already. Can I just end this video by saying this though? Because I've spent I feel like I've spent so many years of my life with my head in books, and the thing that I often feel reminded of is that I can't think where it's from now, but that verse in the Bible where it says that knowledge puffs up, but love builds up. Like, not that reading books in itself is bad or academic theology is bad, but I'm just always aware of that verse in the Bible. And out of all the things that I've learnt from my like more academic theology studies, personally, the most important thing I learnt was when I was studying Hebrew, and we learnt that in Hebrew there are two words for knowing. Like, you can know in something intellectually, or you can know a person personally. And I'm sure a lot of Christian books you're reading intellectually to enhance your personal relationship with God, like the one leads to the other. But the ultimate goal surely is that knowledge of a person and that time spent in prayer that you can't get from books alone. So I'm always wary or aware of that when the whole subject of books and theology is concerned. So I just thought I'd end on that note.